Double Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, talk a little heavyweights. Now, the next big heavyweight fight that's coming up, pretty big, would be Dillian Whyte, heavyweight contender, right, versus Oscar Rivas. Rivas is a good heavyweight, compact heavyweight, claim to fame, beating Andy Ruiz in the amateurs, still undefeated now, just beat Brian Jennings. So, he's coming with some confidence. Dillian Whyte only lost to Anthony Joshua, been in some close fights, Joseph Parker, right? And both fights with Derek Chisora were close, but he's come through. He's improving as a fighter. So it's a pretty decent fight. But it comes to find out now that the ticket sales are doing poor, very poor. They're not selling the tickets right now, and that will lead you to believe that the pay-per-view might not do that well either, right? So you got a problem there, right? Because you're looking at the card, and you got about three or four of the most top 7 or 8, British heavyweights on the card. If you have you got Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas, but you got Dave Allen versus David Price, right? Dave Allen coming off a good win on Lucas Brown, feeling himself now. We know he's gonna get action with David Price. But this dude, I don't remember his name before that. But Dave Allen on a little run here, okay? And he's feeling like he's gonna take David Price out. That's an English dust up. David Price, he lost a couple of fights, but if you ask people within boxing, who's one of the hardest hitting heavyweights, his name comes up more than you would think, right? His name comes up a whole lot. He's a hard puncher. He just don't have a good chin, but he's lost to a couple of Dope Street boys. The lead singer Tepper, Dope Street boy, Pavlekin, right on the side of him, be pushing him out the way so he can lead sing. So David Price is feeling this is his heavyweight title fight. Matter of fact, he said because it could lead to bigger and better things. Hey, it does sound funny right now, right? But what about this scenario? David Price beats Dave Allen, really beat him up. Anthony Joshua loses to Ruiz again. The battle of the hype dudes with no chin could be. That depends on what Joshua do, though. We ain't gonna go there right now. But I'm just saying, it's then you have on the other one you got Derek Chisora, another popular British heavyweight, right? Versus Arthur Spilka, right? Popular fighter from Poland. We know he's gonna move, do his thing. Was hanging with Deontay Wilder till he got flatlined, right? Just had a fight. I thought a pretty favorable decision against Morris Vach in Poland there. I kind of thought Vach did enough to win that, but okay, close fight. Big tall guy. So, he's going to have to do a lot to keep Derek Chisora off of him. But when you put those three fights together, in Britain, that should be pay-per-view worthy if you got away with it with Derek Chisora versus Dillian Whyte. So, but things happen, and I'm going to tell you what's going on. There's two things going on why, it's not that much interest as you would think. It's the Anthony Joshua effect, people. It's the Anthony Joshua effect. He brought interest. Everybody got interested in it, because of the ludicrous money he was making and generating, and all the people coming. Everybody gets residue from that. Simple as that. Then all of a sudden, Dillian Whyte, who's not even a champion, is pay-per-view worthy. Fighting Derek Chisora, who had 9 losses. Who gets? A 9-loss dude that's named not Pacquiao a pay-per-view. I said that there. That's incredible. But if you're gonna do it, if that's what the people gonna say, I would have. The man did in England talk about no. Give me Luis Ortiz, right? Because if you fight Ortiz, even this fight with Oscar Rivas, replace him with Ortiz, there would be sales. Everybody knows that. We talk about Ortiz pretty much in every video. It's ridiculous, but that's not what happened. So that is what happens when Joshua loses and loses to the point where a lot of people don't think he's going to win the next fight. A lot of people are saying he shouldn't even fight that next fight against Andy Ruiz Jr. So the aura is gone. So people are not that interested in the rest of these guys. That was a big bubble that burst. Not saying he can't come back and do some things, but that what people were thinking, that hurts, that sits, and I don't think that the residue from that is causing people not to really care about the rest of the heavyweights because they're like, You lost the man. I'm paying for pay-per-view for the dude who lost to Joshua, who I don't think is gonna be the Andy Ruiz Jr. again. And so the dude, we're gonna watch the dude who, what's up with that? We're gonna watch Dillian Whyte pay-per-view versus the dude we don't know. Then they start asking that question. That wasn't it then. Is Dillian White's about to fight Anthony Joshua soon? Then you can sell Derek Chisora. I think that has a lot to do with it. And the other fact is simply they changed the laws about you buying your own damn tickets. Since that point, it ain't been everything is different. Everything is different. Going to the States, having fighters over there, that's not the problem. Good fighters from Britain's going to go, first of all, and represent their fighters. Notoriously, British fans are like that. That's one, and they'll stay up for who they got to stay up for, right? Now, don't just try to act like, oh, we took a few fighters to America, now British is not interested. No, they'll watch them beat up an American, a Yank, in a heartbeat. Don't even try it. British will stay up to see a British beat up a Yank in a heartbeat. That's not the problem. The problem is Anthony Joshua lost. And, he has to repair that, right? And Dillian Whyte could have fought Ortiz, or somebody else has to become a champion and replace that. Right now, that's all that's really going on, right? That's all that's going on. Now, if you ain't got no pay-per-view from this fight, from this card, this heavyweight card, and you're having problems with pay-per-view here, then it might not be nothing for pay-per-view. If you think about it. Because if you take Anthony Joshua out of Ruiz and he loses that fight, then if this Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas doesn't do well on pay-per-view, the question then comes is, what will? You understand? What will? But, that's for Eddie Hearn and his outfit Matchroom to deal with, right? People probably going to be looking back and regretting not taking that heavyweight unification undisputed fight with Deontay Wilder on British soil. It was there for the taking. Nobody wanted it. Now we're far away from it, so we might not have nothing going on. But Eddie Hearn, on another way, you got to look at what Eddie Hearn, for example, gave us already this year. The biggest fight of the year for me. He got Daniel Jacobs at least the opportunity to fight Canelo, right? Huge. Huge fight. I'm happy about that. I'm not happy with the outcome and what the people are thinking after the outcome, because nobody was going to give Jacobs a shot. That's just whatever. That's just whatever. But we were able to see a unification, a big important middleweight fight against two dudes that I didn't think Canelo was going to fight. He got him that. Topping it off, probably, with trying to get Demetrius Andrade that unification, undisputed fight. So those two things right there are things that I would be elated for. I'm already saw Jacobs get the opportunity. Andrade getting the opportunity, is something that Eddie Hearn would have something to do. So, take a hit here, but do something great there. That's what some of these promoters do. Sometimes you just discuss it with them. Next time, all of a sudden, hey, that's a good fight. So let's just see, what happens here. But I know there is an issue. There is an issue with these ticket sales because it's only been a few thousand sold. O2 London, is not doing so well because, matter of fact, your boy Lomachenko, supposed to be the best fighter in the world, gonna fight Luke Campbell, and the ticket sales are also slow in the same venue. So, I just think in boxing is just taking a hit because, believe me, Anthony Joshua meant, food for everybody. Like it says, everyone eats, right? And everyone was eating. So we got to make sure to get him back on track, and then everything could possibly come back. If not, there will be a little wane in interest in boxing. It happens in some countries like that. Let's see what happens going forward. Nobody wishing nobody bad luck or nothing, whatever. Get them ticket sales up, figure what you're going to do. But the card itself is pretty decent when you're looking at, British dust-ups over there and people fighting. It's a decent card for heavyweights. Not a great one or anything, but it's definitely a decent card. So let's see what happens going with that. Let's keep our eye on that. Up until now, poor ticket sales for Oscar Rivas versus Dillian Whyte. Dome Sports Talk. Worldwide. And I'm about to hit y'all.